It's January 19th, 2018. It's 4:09 a.m. Want to kind of mix this video just in case with the last video that I've been talking about, which will help it make sense. I did say it was January 19th, 2020, 4:05. Yeah, 4:05, 4:06 a.m. I want to talk about a community basically completely devastating my life. And then right now we're in the haps of systematical work with police, law enforcement, all kinds of shit. And they've implanted me with something. I don't have the paperwork for it, but it keeps frying my mind out. They keep calling me a child molester, all kinds of shit, but it's not on paperwork. The community keeps acting like they're fucking just completely tired of my actions. And it can't be. They keep calling out Al-Qaeda and all kinds of shit. So I copycatted the situation just out of fucking, irritation. You mimic somebody or they mimic back, you know, you snare at each other, but it ain't even snare. They're starting shit. And this has happened in Colorado Springs, Colorado also, with United States military. So there is government involved. And I had a investigation out there that started for fucking militants going to duty or are active duty harassing me in the community. They didn't come with a full outcome of it, but I tell you what, the incidents have started to stop, if not completely cease. But let's get back to Columbus, Ohio here. Walnut Street, Gibb Street, and then the whole surrounding area, just like 150 West Sycamore Kroger's, of just complete devastation, systematical assault, to the point sabotage, workings, corruption inside the system, and people just targeting. I have to prove this. Hey, prove this without reason. Yo, playing nigga in the hood, playing whatever gang click, power click, and all the rest. And I will have to tell a full-blown story later on, so it seems because somebody else is like, tell the truth. And I'll tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help me Christ. To the point that it flips back of them just doing nothing but reverse psychology, psychological works, and manipulating it and the situations to and for themselves. Gangland power, government power involved. You have government people that started to socialize with the gang members because of hatred towards myself. I'm ugly, I'm this, I became inapt in society, all kinds of shit, you don't belong, and just somebody outright just trying to outright attack me. You don't belong to be alive. And that's carried on for many years. I went through a situation where I was attacked by my own family, and right now I'm in a family house in a devastated situation in Columbus, Ohio, that everybody keeps ostracizing. One, under surveillance, being inside of a targeted situation of being tracked, while now they're like, we have law enforcement rights to do this. You're never going to expose us again because now we just have law enforcement legal rights to do it, so you can't do nothing about it. Anyways, with that being said, I have corrupt law enforcement involved, and that's why I said if you look back into the video that I did prior and some other videos, a lot of it's rambling, but that last one was pretty good explanation. If you listen to it, as far as I feel, of the things that are going on. Even though it takes a balance, I'm like, hey, yeah, I told the truth, that's what goes. And I understand it may not go because, hey, it's up to a certain amount of law to make decision out of that. But that's the whole point. Bad judgment, wrong law enforcement type of situation, and then them telling me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about after being sabotaged. And then, like I said, basically, yes, I'm in the wrong for mimicking or snaring back, maybe even mimicking the same thing, and then they tried to sabotage. He snared that at me. And anyhow, and then it built up against me that, hey, that's illegal to do. We didn't catch them, but we caught you. And I'm like, what the fuck? And this isn't like revenge shit of attacks, like trying to fucking dominate neighborhood gangster like. It's walking by and overhearing shit, fucking verbalation, and I'll verbalate back. Especially, I don't know. It's like they're trying to intellectually challenge me. Is it right to intellectually challenge me in the community? A lot of different things, and I'm sure that there is, because now they've tried so many type of probates, so much systematical enforcement, but all of that, even in Colorado Springs, started being found out, and was found out on some incidences, just no paperwork or court filings, just inside the facilities themselves, that there's corruption going on and sabotage and somebody wrongfully trying to utilize and tool the system. And I'm devastated now. I ain't had a life. I'm almost 40 years old. I have physical health problems. I'm completely mentally obliterated to the point of having nothing. I can't recuperate. One, due to what I'm going to say is an illegal implant. They implanted me in New York City, New York, January of 2010. Literally fucking drilled me on the forehead, drilled me up, I do believe, in the fucking top of the head, ran wires. They stuck a catheter in the left side of my leg, and I was drunk and intoxicated and couldn't help it. Fucking, and they have no paperwork for it. There's no way that I can say, hey, this is representable. They stuck a fucking arteric catheter up through my artery with fucking wires in it, because I was watching the fucking guy drunk after being zapped with an ECT machine and all kinds of shit. And we're telling you, you're in legal trouble. We have rights to do this. We're given fucking civil rights for all the shit that's going on right now. If this was legal, they would have been able to provide that at Twin Valley Mental Health Center in 2011 and the 2012 stays. And I was told directly there, you don't have any civil suits, so they shouldn't be civilly acting out at you. We legally have the obligation to tell you this. You don't have any criminal charges that would say that, you know, we would talk about, or anything else that would cause a civil allegation or a civil suit or anything else for them to make civil commitments out of. And they're enforcing through this implanted device, frying my fucking mind out, whatever the fuck they want to. It's like deep brain stimulation, and if you read into it medically, like I said, just like with reverse psychology, all the good shit you read about it, think about the switch flipping backwards and it being utilized backwards to cause complications, to cause situations and all whatnot. Even to the point of reading memory type of situation, like a lie detector test. It's a wire and dialoids, fucking, or what do you call it? I forgot the probe. Anyhow, something to the effect. I do believe it's just fucking wires, but anyhow. Just like a lie detector test, I've already seen they walked around with a machine that had lie detector test fucking arms on it. Old style shit, boy. And fucking showing that they're fucking not just reading my mind, but say like a lie detector nerve system and putting that together. But now they've been able to put together shit like fucking what I'm thinking, but not even just what I'm thinking, maybe verbalating. Like they've also implanted some type of fucking microphone in the side of my neck next to a vagus nerve stimulator, because there's more than one fucking piece of shit's going on here. They have different, and then there's been the one main incident of being implanted with the drilling in the forehead. They went through like all that arterial shit, and that was the main worstest one. But there's some things on the subway where I had like fucking a needle stuck in my stomach, and there was people screaming, I remember, and the next day I woke up and they said they've implanted you with something, dude, for sure. I mean, it wasn't trying to make hysteria like everybody else is and create an emotional distress. This was for real. I've had nothing but pains in that part of my stomach right below my heart. It's not in the heart. They have heart stents in me, or not even heart stents. I used to call them heart stents, like heart fucking electrodes against my fucking heart. They tried to overdo it, illegally implant me here at Mount Carmel back in 2011 after another sabotaged incident. So somebody here in Columbus, Ohio has utilized complete obliteration for myself. And you don't be playing around here, bitch. Gangbanging, all the rest. Parkside Vadio, you don't do this shit to me, and all kinds of shit. And I'll get back into that, because Parkside Vadio came from Colorado Springs. What the fuck's it doing in Columbus, Ohio? Who would know about that, even if I was affiliated or associated with it, and spreading the word about that? That's fucking something I knew about 25 years ago, 1995, and all the way up to 1999, and I really didn't know a whole lot about it, because I'm going to have to explain how all this shit works later on. But with my explanation, it should come out fucking pretty damn clean. And they're saying, see, that's all we wanted, and that's not the truth. If they wanted the truth, then they would have been able to accept the truth. They want to be able to systematically victimize and so systematically power control freak the situation and completely obliterate a minute situation that they're involved in anyhow. You're a fucking gang member on paper while you're telling me I'm a fucking fake ass thug and you're going to socially fuck my life up because you know how the law works. And it's going to make you also, and on top exerting, it's making me feel better that I'm a fucking on paperwork gang member or affiliated type of shit, drug dealers and all the rest. And I'm getting to fuck the system off because I get to utilize you, and there's systematical corruption going on, so it doesn't matter. We get our fucking way either which way, including police, women, females. My life is completely disastered. Them doing shit like sexual exploitation of my private parts, micro penis situations, all the rest, and I was devastated for years. I might as well open up about it, of the shit that they was devastating me with, to get it comprehensible to the public, whatnot, and to who actually watches my video. And I'll do another video again with the micro penis situation, and at which point, hey, even in fucking, and I mean, some of the insults was coming from inside, like booking in Colorado Springs jail shit. And it went on for a few years, quite a few years, and then it was being resolved. It's no longer a joke. That's not correct to do. Not even to comment disgruntledly fucking, oh, look at someone's dick, and then also fucking ostracize them for it. Like I was under investigation for fucking sexually assaulting some girl, and they're trying to utilize this as the brute force we're allowed to fucking utilize against you. And hey, that was all a damn lie, sabotage, and setup, and the officers that were enacting out with that situation was found out to be corrupt. Connected, going to gang parties, getting doped up on Friday and Saturday night with the fucking drug dealers and the gangsters, and then going back to work to their fucking police work. Or their, even whatever government job work that they got. Power control fucking freak job that they got. My brother was associated with that. My older brother, and then my rest of my whole fucking family. I'm the only one that's been technically understood. They were trying to deem me as a fucking mental retard, but didn't do it correctly. They didn't want the disgrace of me being retarded in the family, so I don't have any fucking rights, was never represented. And I'm standing here now obliterated in life. While everybody else is like, we got paperwork, we got power, we got this. We tell you how it works, and that's the only way that it works. I learned for myself of, hey, I observed the freedoms of other people. When I was growing up, other children. And hell yeah, I was defamated because I was fucking lazy eye. I had abuse and all that shit. But it's just crazy, chaotic shit. And this is all bled into this community. I don't talk to nobody. I ain't had no friends. I can't have any friends. One, because of the ruining ass problems that nobody wants to deal with it. Two, around here, I can't completely deal with everybody because it's too, I've already felt, and if not already interconnected. Everybody knows somebody else, and I don't have the intelligence. My capacity is not capacitating due to the implants and also the emotional distress to connect the same type of connections they got. To realize, I mean, pretty much mentally fucking retarded with the connectivity of understanding how to do even, it's not day-to-day function, but recognize communications, rumorizations, and how to recognize those connections of who's rumorizing, who to make connections to, or what makes local fucking community news type of situation. Not on TV, just out in the actual street type of situation. I just don't feel that I have an ability to understand how that works. While you also have gang shit, criminality, mafia, corrupt fucking cops doing the same thing. And that's another thing in Colorado Springs, jumping out of Columbus, being busted for joyriding around in a fucking government vehicle, basically, county vehicle, joyriding in a police cruiser, basically. And shit like that. Taunting and teasing, fucking talking shit to me from their car, which somebody started to investigate and realized, you know what? Because they didn't think it could help me for so many years, nobody gave a shit. And then that time when they started to give a shit, it actually worked out. So all the shit that I had said before, all the pain and emotions and shit that I went through before, I didn't get a court case for. Shit went haywire out there. But would have been applicable if I had evidential proof. But no matter what, for those ones that was like, hey, I was able to step up in the community and say, hey, no, they finally represented this in my favor. So that also means while underneath criticization for 4 to 5 years prior, everybody was wrong. So I need everybody to back the fuck up and allow me to have my room in my life without you thinking I'm in here trying to punk you, emotionally disturb you, and it's unwelcomed. And on top of that, it being unwelcomed, it completely being welcomed regardless if you accept it or not because of your own points and personal beliefs to allow me to access my victimization fucking rights. That's another thing. You don't have any. By law, this is how law works. You don't have none. That's bullshit like a motherfucker. Anyhow, being ostracized by mass amounts of intelligence, including, think about military connections like Fort Carson, Colorado, jumping out of that, and then it building off of that, just like a mafia. Corrupted officials, corrupted police. It gets into authority, and you have family members that are involved attacking the fuck out of you with every power connects that they got, playing the game. Hey, you fucking talked shit to me as a kid, and I didn't like it. You know, you punked me, you almost ruined my life, or you did ruin my life. And this is like, hey, fuck you, this is revenge back. But we're talking about 25 years plus worth of revenge, but it's being found out and sought people's understanding. Basically, my family didn't represent me properly for mental health or caused the mental health problems that I have. And the social problems, because if you cause mental health problems, you cause social problems, and then didn't properly take care of the situation, if that's the way they want to go. It's in deeper than that, because technically, if I was mentally retarded, I was told at birth, if they recognized it, they had to diagnose it. Now, trying to get past that, because somebody else is making it, you've been a mental retard since you was born, there would have been doctor checkups as an infant, and I think they're influencing that they would have been obligated to announce that I was mentally retarded or slow. There's no record on paperwork for me to be say there's recognition for that. And these guys are doing whatever systematical fine. We'll just induce it in the community. And then on top, you know what? We don't have to just induce it socially because nobody's taking care of it. We'll get the system involved now after you've been devastated. And then on the top, the people that did the devastations, like, how's it feel? It's just like an emotional thought. It's more than that, as I have to explain it right, but somebody outright systematically trashing fucking life to the point that it ain't correct. And then on top, fucking ostracizing me. You're ugly. Your class of people of ugliness don't belong around us. Your retardation, you're retarded, don't come around us. This is where we hang. This is our neighborhood. This is our street. We don't like it. Don't socialize. Don't do nothing. Don't do this. We can talk behind your back. We can talk to your face and disrespect, but don't do nothing to us. Everything that you do, we'll profile and record and make it out that it's an assault against us. Either personally taking care of it like a mafioso, or reporting it to the system, making it basically systematical assault with false complaint or emotional values. On top of trying to say, hey, you get victimization, I want your rights. I want to be able to whine and cry just like you. You're a mental retard that doesn't deserve life. Your whining and crying is causing victimization specialty rights for you, and I want those too. We'll do the same thing. I'll go out and decry the system and make myself mentally unstable, or make it out that I'm unstable just so I can feel good about myself, to apply that to be able to talk and communicate to the community or whoever else that's given the victimization, if there is representation. Here in Columbus, Ohio, they ain't done a whole fucking shitload worth of nothing. Oh, well, that's because you're incapacitated. We don't have to do this for you. And that realizing Columbus, Ohio is the roots of the causes have been pointed out by many different states that I've been in after all the assaults that I've been in, that the occurrences coming from Columbus, Ohio and Colorado, but a multi-state connected type of situation of also gangbanging and corruption type of situation, and them always ostracizing me with my older brother Jake. He's connected. That's his shit. Being put down, I don't know how to technically, legally explain it, but emotionally, by females, disrupting that type of connection. Not only with like themselves, and hey, that's perverted shit. Just because I'm talking to you doesn't mean that I want to be with you type of situation. Just completely causing emotional distress, disaster, and all the rest of the shit. It makes sense, but at the same time, I don't know. Fucking also destroying the situation to where others see it happening and then don't want nothing to do with it. But at the same time, without doing like the female and somebody trying to, that's right, that's perversion. That's what we're after too. We have a right to represent that. You're an insane person that could hurt somebody. Well, it wasn't on paper and on top somebody profiling that shit. My actions are no different than the fucking rapist, schizophrenic fucking teenagers that raped the fuck out of me there too. Back in 2009, Ella Purdue, next door neighbor, that fucking had it done. And Carl Newman across the street, the associated shit that they're associated with. Not even just like fucking corrupted police authoritative work, orchestrating all this shit. How does two other fucking schizophrenics get the rights to go out in a fucking community and rep? And then on top, defecate on my ass. Someone else, some female fucking bitch utilizing the hurt and pain. I'm destroying you. You'll never have life no matter how much. It ain't even just want me. How much? No matter how much you want a fucking woman, you'll never have one because I'm destroying in that shit too. You're never going to have a life of socialism, of friends, nothing. And at which point, it ain't just her, there's multitudes of other people, but the female thing really gets to me because it's just fucked up. It's a power control freak situation of complete devastation, especially when you go to recognize two different fucking gay-ass rapist, schizophrenic fucking teenagers and got them to react out to shit and then ostracizing me in the community gangbang. And that's what you get for trying to be a gangster. Well, nobody picked this up. I'm the worstest case in fucking America. Literally. With fucking over fucking probably 33 different fucking rapes plus. Because somebody is in here fucking outright fucking running corrupted crime. What are you gonna do? We're intelligent law enforcement. We know every step of how shit works. And basically, we've sabotaged your shit. You got fucked up. Matter of fact, we sabotaged it to the point you look like the rapist and they're getting away with it. How can I be the rapist when we're having that type of situation? It doesn't make sense. Put it that way. I'm not going to put it that way because that's not proper to talk about completely. But right now I'm just rambling to get the shit out there. I wanted this video to be about this community situation that's going on and it being understood with the shit that I said before and what I feel that makes a connection. But hey, this situation's done. Commit suicide like your uncle, bitch. Type of shit. Tell me if that's not fucking emotional harm to where it's not harassment at the minimum, if not the help and threat of fucking manslaughter or murder for somebody trying to kill themselves. You fucking little petty ass motherfucker. There is no respect, dignity, nor pride when they're trying to jump around and act like, oh, we're a community. Yes, there is. Things work right if you work right. That's a bullshit ass lie. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. targetofunlawfulacts.com. And I'm going to do another video on that. Things about, it works right around here if you work right, but also put the evidence behind what I was saying, or at least what I'm saying is going on. That, no, that ain't even working right. That's outright assault. Complete obliterating lifely devastating assaults. Not a communal situation of what's right and wrong. How things operate. Ending this video. Peace.